I'm going to be showing you how to make my favorite cocktail. This is a riff off of the Negroni, which is a very popular gin drink made with equal parts Campari, gin, and sweet vermouth. Today I'm going to be changing the game a little bit with my favorite base spirit in this drink. It's mezcal. It's a single village mezcal, which has a very beautiful bouquet of smoky notes. It's in the family of tequila, but we have a little bit more depth and complexity here going on, along with some beautiful Dolan sweet vermouth. I highly recommend this for any bar, every bar, your home bar, you're on the plane, I'm getting ready to go on vacation bar, which it does exist. And then this wonderful bottle of Italian aperitivo called Campari, which, thankfully came back into popularity in the late 90s, early 2000s with some wonderful bartenders wanting to highlight this complex spirit and do some really cool funky things with. So we're gonna start here with our vermouth. Now this drink is very easy to do because quite simply, you just use equal parts of every single bottle. So we're gonna start with an ounce of sweet vermouth. This makes even your novice bartender seem like the most professional. And with these cool little tools that you can use, makes you look even more legit. We're gonna take some Campari, add it to that bad boy. Now for the final, you can go in any order, there's no particular order. I like to highlight my base spirit at the end when I'm building my cocktail. So I'll add this at the very end. Wonderful. Now we're just gonna get some ice here. I like to pack it up and get a little nice chill going on there. And then this is when I like to get my glass ready. You can pour these in double old fashions. You can pour them in chilled coupe glass. I prefer this as a sipping style cocktail, so I like to enjoy these big bad boys right here. Give it a couple whirls and a twirl. Don't be scared. So we're just blending all these beautiful, delicious flavors together to come out. I'll go ahead and ice my glass here, get it ready. Look at that beautiful, rich red color. That's how you want that beauty to look. And now I'll take a little expression over my orange peel over the glass. Give her a little rim the glass. And sometimes, depending on your preference, you can stick it in here or leave it out. It's up to you. Cheers.
Crockett here at the beautiful Mockingbird Lounge in Kansas City, Kansas. Today I want to talk about a cocktail that was introduced to me by a guest earlier in my bartending career called the Delmonico. The Delmonico is essentially a variation on a gin martini, and it is been said to be the first signature cocktail created here in the United States from the Delmonico Hotel that was opened up in the Lower East Side of Manhattan in the late 1800s. The fascinating thing about the Delmonico not only being the first signature cocktail noted history, but they actually changed the way that we ate as a society. They were one of the first restaurants to offer an a la carte menu to their diners, and they have been contributed as creating the first and only Eggs Benedict in the United States. So for those of us who love to eat brunch and to drink cocktails, I feel like this is a great cocktail to start out with, especially on this beautiful Saturday morning. I'm going to use McElroy's Corruption Gin. This is a local distilled gin from Tom's Town here in Kansas City. We're going to be using Cocktailian King's Brandy. Again, keeping in theme, this is a beautifully pot-stilled, crafted American brandy. And then staying in kind of the whole same theme with keeping things simple. Every bar should have Dolan, so we are going to be using Dolan Dry and Dolan Rouge. And then, of course, we're going to do some aromatic bitters. Angostura, we're using Fee Brothers, another great American company. So starting out, we're going to do 2 dashes, I should say, of that. we're going to do a 1/2 ounce of the dry. We're going to do a 1/2 ounce of the sweet, or the rouge, and a 1/2 ounce of the brandy. Now, this is where it gets fun because we actually get to use 3/4 of an ounce of this beautifully crafted gin out of Kansas City, Missouri. We're gonna take some ice, get that working. It's already got a gorgeous color to it. And then, just because I like to make sure that my guests are pleased, I'm going to go ahead and chill their glass for them. All right. So we'll get to stirring on this. I know that there's a lot of different methods of stirring. There's a lot of different philosophies. I really am the kind of person, I like to look at the viscosity as it begins to break down and it begins to dilute. I don't have a certain number of turns. I don't have a certain amount of time. It's just when it starts to look that beautiful color and the way that I want it to appear in my glass. That's beautiful. So again, simple, elegant, for your gin drinkers who having a hard time deciding what they want to drink, for your gin drinkers who decide that they've had one too many martinis but want to stick in the theme. This is a fantastic cocktail to introduce them to, and I think that they will love you for it. So here we are, the Delmonico cocktail. Just kind of a brief overall what we were doing. Yeah. Did you get a chance to taste this?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I did not get a chance to taste yours.
We should cheers.
You should cheers first.
Cheers. 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 Switch. I like how it swishes in my face when I sip it.
That's what she said.
I just slapped my mother with this drink.
So I love that we did 2 variations on classics. I love that we have the classic variation that is definitely brought into our current landscape of bartending. Mezcal being something that's only really been around again for another 20 years. Thank you, Steve Olson and Ron Cooper, for putting that together. Kind of changed the entire dynamic of what our profession can be with that beautiful spirit. And,
amazing.
Yeah, and to just taking those variations and making them our own, I think is super important. And then, of course, I do a complete throwback to what I find to be the first, signature cocktail ever created in the United States. Again, like the history of the Delmonico just baffles me. It's
I
so
love
cool.
that you pulled that out. I mean, I would never have known that otherwise. I mean, I love booze and of course I love gin, but to know that this is one of those classic cocktails that has that backup story that said this changed the whole way we eat brunch on Sundays.
Yeah,
for
sure.
Thank you, ex-Benedict.
Yeah, right?
Like, bottomless mimosas was a thing before discovered
Probably.
a real proper brunch. So no, I mean, this just goes to show you this long-lasting legacy and history that these drinks have continued on and continue to grow on people and get people more excited and enthusiastic about learning about this stuff. And up top, Doc.
Yeah, right. I'm all about it. So, what?
On the Rocks with Courtney and Brandy.
Thank you so much for joining us, guys. Stay tuned. We'll be having some more of our wonderful cocktail postings to you shortly.
Yes.
Until then, please feel free to follow us on Instagram and the Book of Faces and the Traveling Cocktailian
and Crafted by Brandy
Nicole
on your Facebook feed.
also, obviously, the Mockingbird Lounge here in
Please
beautiful
follow
Kansas
Mockingbird
City,
Lounge.
Kansas.
They're doing some amazing things over here on Strawberry Hill. If you haven't found out about us, come find out about
If
it.
you don't
be
know,
late.
now you know. See you next time. Thanks, guys.
Peace.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Take my drink back, girl.
I'll get mine.